Hello everybody, my name is Jade. I'm going to be talking to you guys about oil and its importance in the engine and why it's important to choose the correct oil for your engine and how it's distributed throughout the gears and camshaft in your engine and why that's important. It's vital because it's not just a lubricant. It is used for wear surfaces, which can contain dust and dirt, metal shavings and rust for just running your vehicle through water and driving in general. And it's going to be pulled in through your air conditioner vents. You're going to have dust. Oil will clean that out, run it through the oil filter, and you'll have clean oil again. It also functions as a coolant. It will run through your oil or your engine. The oil will run through your engine and it will cool it as it runs through there. And if you don't have that, your engine will literally weld itself shut because it gets so hot and it will seize on you. It functions as a cleaner, as I said, for wear surfaces to get rust, dust, etc. out of your engine to keep it running smoothly. And it also functions as a sealant. There are certain sealants, such as rubber and rope packings, that do not expand without the lubrication of oil. And you need those to contain everything and keep all your instruments running with compression in the engine. Oil is typically distributed by the gear pump, which pulls oil from the oil pan and into a galley system, which pushes oil through tubes in the engine block. It will go through from the pan to the filter, into the camshaft, the bearings, the rocker arms, lifters, and the camshaft bearings in that order most of the time, depending on the engine. The camshaft is going to push the oil throughout your vehicle, and the rocker arms will help keep valves the way they're supposed to be open and shut when they're supposed to be opened or shut. Engine tolerances. Most engines require 3 or more molecules of oil to be in between all wear surfaces and openings. If they don't, then it's not enough oil and your car is going to overheat. If you have too much or your oil is too heavy, it's not going to run properly and your engine is going to be working harder to run with thicker oil in it. Oil's function reduces the operating friction, keeps the engine cool, as I said before. It also helps your engine run longer, and it makes internal combustion practical because without oil in between pistons and cylinders, it's not going to create a compression which isn't going to keep your engine running if you don't have that seal. Like I said, special seals only work under oil pressure or under conditions where they're oiled, because that's how they will be expanded to seal the empty areas of your engine where there is gaps and spaces in between pistons and cylinders, gears, etc. Importance of oil. Without oil and fuel, a car cannot run. If you just had fuel and you had no oil at all, your car would overheat, as I said, and seize. It will weld itself shut between the pistons and cylinders grinding together, and that'll reduce your engine life if you have low oil. That's why you are required to get oil changes after a certain amount of miles. Not matching your oil weight to operating environment and wear is bad for 3 reasons. It gives poor lubrication if you have too light of an oil. It's not going to lubricate the way it's supposed to, and your engine will overheat. If you have too heavy of an oil, it's putting unnecessary strain on the engine to distribute that oil throughout your engine, and it's going to work harder when you could have the correct amount of oil or the correct weight oil and go through for the same amount of horsepower as you would working harder with a thicker oil. It increases the engine load as well, and it reduces your fuel economy because your engine, like I said, is going to have to work harder with a thicker oil. In certain weather conditions, you're not going to need a thick oil or a thin oil. If you're in Antarctica, it's cold. You don't need a heavy oil weight because it's too cold. It's not going to heat up to thin out to go throughout your engine. You're going to need a thinner, lighter oil. If you are in Australia or somewhere blistering hot, you're going to need a thicker oil that when it thins out, it's just enough for your gears and for everything in your vehicle to run properly. And that's why it's important to keep the right oil in your car and keep it at the proper levels. Thank you guys.